Two-a-day series with Big Z Sports rolls on again, and we are here in Bowerston as we are bringing you a two-a-day updating the Conotton Valley Rockets. Conotton Valley's two-a-day is brought to you by the MWCD. Shannon Thomas, obviously being up here in Bowerston. We love coming up here. Great place to watch some high school football. A lot of expectations coming into this year for the Rockets, considering how many players they've got returning from last year's squad.
Yeah, I was looking over our notes here, and they got pretty much everybody back. Only lost maybe a couple players, but all the key players are back in those positions. And when we rolled up, I'm shocked the numbers were up a little bit. So, things are really progressive out here for Coach Hara.
Well, that's something we've been seeing with some other programs, too. Numbers going up, that is a good sign no matter what. Obviously, we know Conotton Valley, they're going to want improvements from last year. By no means or bounds did they not have a good season, but they want a little bit better than good.
Yeah, and that's how you do. You want to win, right? And these kids play a very tough schedule. They're non-conference schedule, and then they're in the IVC, so they get it all the way around. And they took their lumps, but now these seniors coming in, they're ready to roll.
Well, let's find out what head coach Coach O Hara has to say about the Rockets this season. It's another two-a-day segment as Big Z Sports is out in Bowerston. Our two-a-day segment with the Conotton Valley Rockets brought to you by the Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District. And joining us now is head coach Coach O Hara for those Rockets. Coach, after last season, it's hard to believe we're already back here.
Yeah, first, thanks for having me, coming out and covering our team. We appreciate it. It's gone by quick. I just told some of the coaches, the summer has flown by, and we got scrimmage this Friday, so it's going to be wild.
And that's the funny thing is, we always get to this point. First week of August, I know everybody's itching and raring to go, but we don't get too many cool days coming out here to do this.
No, the kids have been pretty lucky. We've been going early in the morning, so we try to been beating the heat a little bit, but today it's a little bit warmer, and they're getting a little taste of what summer's like.
So tell us a little bit about your team so far with this offseason. Numbers looking pretty good, and we know you've got some returning starters, which we'll definitely be getting to, but in terms of the offseason numbers, things going well?
Yeah, at the end of the season, we talked a lot about what it's going to take for us to take the next step and get a little better, and, the kids really dedicated themselves this offseason, and, we got a lot of skilled players back, obviously led by Zach Putnam at quarterback, Brooks Bauer, Cam Wright, Gavin Haney are our real big play threats. Luke Smith is back, all-Ohio linebacker. Zach Parker up front, Magnus Andrews up front, and we have some other pieces that have came back out this year. So the numbers are up, which is good. We're actually able to do some things in practice and not go half line. So.
Now, reviewing last season, just kind of giving us a rundown, we know that was forever ago at this point, but what were some of the building blocks from that season that you guys are really leaning into this year to try to improve upon?
We were in a lot of games last year. There weren't very many that we were blown out by any means. We were competitive, just numbers really hurt us last year. When we got to the second half, our kids that were going both ways, playing all special teams, got a little wore down, and it was hard for us. But, you can build upon that, and, we had a lot of success last year, and we want to continue to improve on that.
And also kind of looking at the rundown of what you guys are going to have in terms of offense and defense, for some schools it's a little bit of a question mark. They don't really know because they had so many people graduate. Yeah. You guys have the opposite kind of, I don't even call it an issue. You've got a lot of all those players that are back. So is there that kind of comfort level in terms of the offense?
Yeah, last year, it was a kind of feel-out phase. We were obviously running a lot of stuff that Coach Hertler ran before us, and, we wanted to instill that toughness in our kids and did a lot of those things. Now, we only lost 3 seniors, so we were able to build, and we're expanding our offense this year, and we're going to open up it a little bit more even than last year.
Now, in terms of that toughness, I'm happy that's what you brought up. You guys do not play an easy schedule at all. I don't think anybody around here plays an easy schedule, but how much is that toughness on defense going to be the key factor here, especially when you're talking about games that you had last year that were very close and competitive throughout? It could have been one defensive stop that might have made the difference.
Right. Yeah, it's going to come down to the trenches on both sides of the ball for us this year. That was a big factor last year. We didn't hold up front on both sides last year, and it cost us some games. So I think we're going to be much improved on both sides of the ball this year. We just got to continue to build and grow as a team and buy in. And, there's been a lot of energy in practice lately. We haven't had to do a whole lot to get them going. So we just want to take that into the season and carry that over.
And I always want to ask this to pretty much any coach that I get to do this with. Whenever it comes to this time of the year, we know it's hot. We know that these kids know that they've got school coming back in here before too long. And sometimes you worry, do we have to get them motivated? But considering you've got so many returning starters and so many returning contributors, that motivation doesn't necessarily have to come out with this group, right?
No, you guys heard it when they came out for stretch line. We told them we didn't have a great practice this morning, so we're like, the energy needs to come this afternoon, and our seniors do a really good job. Brooks Bowers is kind of our vocal guy, and Brooks gets them going. And we just tell them, you got to have that energy at all times, to make sure that we're getting the most out of everybody.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach. Good luck to the Rockets, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Head coach Derek O'Hara for the Conotton Valley Rockets. Two-a-day segments for the Conotton Valley brought to you by the MWCD. Well, head coach Derek O'Hara and the entire Conotton Valley coaching staff very much looking forward to another great season of high school football. And, of course, all these athletes getting excited, too. They're Shannon.
Yeah, they're out here. It's getting close to the end of their practice. They've had camp and stuff going on all week, and the heat might be getting to them a little bit. But, usually when the heat gets to kids, they get sick and they're leaning over the fence. But these kids here, man, they're getting the giggles. They've been laughing a little bit these last couple plays.
Look, I try to quote "Remember the Titans" as much as possible. Is this going to be like Coach Boone saying water makes you weak, that kind of thing? No, just the delirium of the heat. No, have no worries here. Everybody's having a good time. Your Conotton Valley two-a-day segment brought to you by the MWCD. We'll be back at a local high school covering more high school football soon.